Hello and welcome to another episode of Life Through the Eyes of the Overdramatic at the Creative Center. Title, Still to Be Determined. This podcast is to help those in the community that are looking for ways to understand those with super abilities, also known as autism, Down syndrome, intellectually growing. Today I'm sitting with the class. And I've got Laura Hess sitting next to me, and our topic today is the discrimination of the disabled. We're talking about things of what has happened in their past. Laura, can you tell me a time when you've been offended or discriminated against because of your Down syndrome?
No, actually, I was born Down syndrome. I was 3 years old. I was born at 3 years old. Because I have heart problems, I have pacemaker. My first pacemaker is at 4 years old. 4 years old.
You had a pacemaker inserted when you were 4 years old?
Yes.
You've had a pacemaker for your entire life?
Yes, I was.
Wow, and how old are you now?
I'm 43 now.
43 years old. And has there been a time in your 43 years of existence where you have felt like you have been discriminated or treated differently because you have Down syndrome?
Sometimes I'm very spoiled sometimes.
Sometimes you're very spoiled?
Yeah.
So she's treated differently because she's spoiled. I love that. I love that. What about at school? Did you ever feel like you were different at school?
No. I love my friends. I love the staff a lot.
Oh, beautiful.
I love to help out.
And I do know Laura's mom. She has worked very hard to integrate Laura into all activities of life. Your reading is excellent.
Yeah, she used to work today before I come here. My mom used to work 10 hours before. Yeah, she's retired now.
She's retired.
Yeah, my sister got it now.
Yeah, now your sister's carrying on the legacy of helping those with different abilities. I love it, Laura. Beautiful, beautiful story.
My mom put me all different schools before. I was in preschool before.
You got a lot of education behind you.
Yes, I was.
She's a very poised, elegant 43-year-old going on 1,020. She's an ancient soul. Yep.
Yes.
Eric, has there been a time in your life where you have felt discriminated against? And what do you think is your quote-unquote disability?
I haven't felt discriminated, but I felt different because there's times where when I was living in Fresno, I had an assistant person with me, which was fine. But we used to go on field trips to Fresno, to the Fresno Fair, and my mom and dad took tag along, but I wanted to hang out with her and my friends, but my dad and my mom were like, no, you're gonna hang out with us. So I'm like,
How old were you when that happened?
Like 7, 8 years old.
Okay.
And also I felt like, and then when my sister was growing up, my cousins always wanted to hang out with her all the time. So I kind of felt like, I don't know, different because I always try to do other things. But I felt like I couldn't because I felt like I was always limited to what I had to be doing. But as I got older, my dad encouraged me, oh, go hang out with people. Go hang out with these people. But when I was younger, I wanted to, but I felt limited. So I always distanced myself through everything. And then that's how I became who I am now. And then I'm trying to get to know people more. And I think that's where I got my shyness from. And now I'm trying to get it back. Says the man that can
cover Billy Idol very well.
Yeah.
He sang for us yesterday at the Creative Center, part of what we do here, and he has a rockin' voice. He introduced me to the Smiths and helped me understand that Morrissey is the singer for the Smiths. So Eric is very talented, and yeah, I guess I would say that you're a little bit reserved.
Yeah.
Yeah. You keep your thoughts and your things to yourself until you're ready to share.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Flood, has there been a time in your life where you have felt discriminated against?
Yes. When I was in high school and middle school.
What happened to you in high school and middle school?
special ed classes because I had autism and I had ADHD, which is learning disability.
What do you feel like your disabilities, how do they play out in your life?
It doesn't help a lot because especially when I'm in when I was in calculus and the math classes, it was hard for me to understand it, and teachers wouldn't help me, or like when I was in my English classes and my history classes and all the basic classes.
So they separated you in middle school and high school, but they put you in really low functioning,
Yeah.
like second grade level.
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
Didn't make me feel because I feel like I didn't learn anything. Like it was just sitting there like I didn't learn much.
So it's a different level than what you needed.
Yeah, it didn't challenge me. I don't care if I have hard classes. I want to be challenged. I don't want to put in classes that make me feel like I'm stupid.
Right. Does the Creative Center challenge you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We're a challenging place. We are the overdramatic, the school of the overdramatic, people.
Yeah.
We're learning theater here.
Yeah, and we learn the thing I like it here is you don't just learn about theater. You learn about what's appropriate on stage and how to treat people, and in the classes, like in the life skills classes, the art classes, the dance classes, they're all challenging in a way to make you it's just to make you a better artist and stuff.
High five to that. High five to the Creative Center. Well done.
Action.
Chris, has there been a time you have felt discriminated against because of your disabilities?
When has there been not a time apart from here?
Yeah? Tell me one experience you've had where you felt like you were treated differently.
My whole high school was a special ed campus. Joaquin Miller High Special Ed High School.
Oh, he's calling you out. What happened?
The whole place was pretty much special ed. Each class was a level, was a special ed class. And the graduation age that they've had for all their clients, 21, not 18. The regular age requirement for high school, 21.
Did you like that or you didn't like that?
Would you like having to graduate at 21 while every other high school in the county graduated their students at 18?
What if you're not ready? What if you need to be emotionally mature or mature a bit more to graduate?
You know what my IQ was? They did an IQ test on me before I came to the Creative Center. My IQ level was college level.
And what age were you when they IQ tested you?
They did an IQ test to see how smart I was. I was college level smart. And you know what type of stuff they taught me over Joaquin Miller Ed?
What?
Low grade stuff. They didn't even get into college level things.
So that's the same complaint that Elizabeth had. It's a different. You don't need it brought down to such a low level. You need something that's specifically aimed at challenging you.
Yeah. In fact, I'm working on my own theory called which came first, the feather or the wing, which pretty much would debunk the idea of the dinosaurs being the one that the birds evolved from, and having it be the pterosaurs, their winged cousins. So let's see, who's the one who's low functioning here? Is it me? No.
He's rewriting history, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Chris Stark. Courtney, is there a time in your life, in your short, how old are you? 27? 29 years on this planet. Have you felt that you were discriminated against because of your disability?
Mm-hmm.
When was that, and can you share that with the audience?
When I was in elementary, middle school, and high school.
Whoa, that's all of it. And what happened?
No, I didn't have any friends. Nobody wanted to hang out with me because they called me ugly and stupid and dumb. And they told me I was retarded and I would never amount to anything.
People tell you that to your face?
They told me that to my face, yep.
Did you sock them in the face?
No.
No? Because you're a nice person. Courtney's a nice person. She only plays a villain on stage. She does it well, but inside her heart is golden.
Personally, I'd go the same way as you, Elizabeth. She needs to stick up for herself.
So tell me a time when you felt extra defeated.
Well, when I was in high school, there was this guy that I was interested in, and I went to talk to him and tell him, and he's like, he would do this, he would turn his head, and he would hold his nose and turn his face, and he's like, get away from me, you ugly, and you smell, and I don't want to be around you, stupid.
Dang. That's rough, Courtney.
That's mean. That's why you never can trust a boy.
That's really mean. That's terrible. You know, I don't know if that's just people with disabilities, though. I think sometimes people are just mean, and they do it to all different types of people.
Oh, I was so hurt and heartbroken. I wanted to tear my hair out.
Yeah, I can imagine. And how do you feel about the Creative Center?
It's amazing and awesome. I got so many friends here, and I got so many new friends, and a lot of teachers, and I love all my classes.
We love you, Courtney.
Oh, you cry.
Captain Rackage, is there a time that you have felt discriminated against?
Well, I have been discriminated by my last teacher. That was at Tilly Weston. Yeah, Tilly Weston.
What did this
Tilly
teacher tell you?
Oh, he just told me that I couldn't talk about the Lord.
Religious discrimination.
Yeah,
So what did you do to him?
I bit him on the arm.
Bit him on the arm, and did that help the situation?
No, it did not.
No, it didn't. We love you, Captain Rackage.
Thank you.
I love your fiery red hair. I love your fiery personality. And I love your temper, even. I think that it makes Jason who Jason is. And you're still a very faithful person.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bites and all.
Yeah.
Carolee, has there been a time in your life where you have felt discriminated against because of your quote-unquote disabilities?
Yes.
Tell me about that time.
When I was in high school, they put me on special ed.
And how did that make you feel?
I felt kind of bad for that.
Were you challenged in the class, or was it an easy class?
Talent.
You were challenged?
Yeah.
Who were you in the class with?
My teachers and my classmates.
What did you learn?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
No.
Did you learn math, history, English?
I don't know. The basic math.
And what is your diagnosis?
I have ADHD. I'm high functioning.
High functioning
Yeah.
ADHD?
Yeah.
What does ADHD mean?
It's attention deficit.
Attention deficit?
Yeah, and this much here.
Attention deficit something disorder.
Yeah.
And what does that mean to you, Carolee? How does that play out in your life?
I think it's pretty awesome.
I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It gives you different abilities.
Yeah.
Like what kind of abilities?
I think it's like hanging out with people.
Hanging out with people. You're a cool person to hang out with.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thank
agree.
you.
Thanks, Carolee, for sharing.
You're welcome.
And that concludes today's podcast of Life Through the Eyes of the Overly Dramatic at the Creative Center. Thanks so much for tuning in.